Let's see what are the functions of bank. Before that, let us also touch on the definition of banking. The definition of banking is available in section 5 of Banking Regulation Act. So what is the definition? Let me write the definition here. So it is accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, and order or otherwise. So banking is basically an activity where you are going to accept the deposits of money. And why do you accept? It's basically for the purpose of lending or investment. And these deposits of money are repayable on demand or otherwise, and it can be withdrawn by check, draft, and order or otherwise. Okay, so this is the basic definition of banking. So when this definition is available in sections 5, there is one more definition available in section 6. Okay, so what does it mean? It is not a definition, it is rather a permission given to the banks to engage in certain businesses which are incidental to the banking businesses. So the banks are permitted to engage in certain class of businesses. Okay, so that's available in section 6. But there is another section called section 8. This is a section which is going to prohibit banks from doing something. What is that? This section basically prohibits the bank from buying, selling, or dealing in goods. So banks are not supposed to involve in the activity of buying and selling or dealing in goods. But again, there is an exception. That is, that exception will apply only with respect to or in connection with a realization of security that is given to the bank. Okay, that may be in connection with the business of collection or negotiating bills of exchange. So understand, this is basically a security. I mean, it is not the collateral security, it is rather the security held by the bank in connection with the business of bills of exchange. Okay, so in case of bills of exchanges, the collection negotiation happens. So in this process, there is going to be buying and selling of securities that is permitted, but other buying and selling or dealing in goods are prohibited under section 8, okay, of Banking Regulation Act. So commercial banks are actually providing a wide variety of services. They act as a risk absorbers for depositors because their money, that is depositors money, were channelized to the bank, and it is going to provide a stable source of income. Okay, and the commercial banks also helps in providing working capital funds to various industries or various sectors, and it is only through the commercial banks the payment systems are happening in the country. That is, when you want to send money, when you want to receive money, okay, then that is made possible only through the presence of banking system. And the banks are the major source of finance for small borrowers. Okay, so as far as the small borrowers, they are reliable source and the cheapest source for funding or banking channel. So now let's compress the functions of banks into three main interrelated functions. So let me put that here. I'll call it as main functions of banks. So the main functions of the bank can be divided into three. Number one is holding deposits. Number two is creating credit through lending and investment activities. Number three is providing mechanism for payment and transfer of funds for various productive activities. Okay, so these are all the broad functions of banks. Let's see the main functions of commercial banks in the next session.